Here we go. Hello and welcome into the penultimate episode of HTF Bets Season 11. I'm Andrew Gregg, and on today's show, we'll be giving our predictions for the NBA Cup, our official predictions for the College Football National Championship, and finishing off with our final segment of Augie's Bizarre Bets. Don't go anywhere because HTF Bets starts right now. And to my left, as always, we have Ben Huber. To my right, we have Diego Ortiz. How are you guys doing today? How excited are we for the NBA Cup, the NBA's premier prize at this point, what it feels like?
I wouldn't say it's a premier prize, but I am excited for it.
I wouldn't say that either.
Gas it up. I mean, come on now. I am excited for the tournament to get going. Obviously, it's a wide open tournament every year. So
Yeah, for the 2 years that it's been going now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the NBA Cup?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on who's hot, who's really feeling themselves. So we'll see who wins.
Yeah, well, all of these bets are a little bit outlandish because they're at like plus 1,000 or more. But I thought we should give our predictions for what's going to happen in the NBA Cup. Diego, start us off.
Yeah, so my pick is going to be the Timberwolves to win the NBA Cup. Right now, they're sitting at plus 2,000, and I think this is a good bet, right? Obviously, they're 4-4 right now. They're not too great. Anthony Edwards missed some time, but in his absence, Julius Randle has been the one to be able to step up. He's currently averaging 26.8 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, and 5.6 assists, which also leads the team in assists as well. So I think they'll be able to get hot once Anthony Edwards comes back. I think he's obviously the biggest piece that they have. And look, I think this team overall is just a really solid team. I don't think they're an NBA contender, but I think at a time like this in the season, I think they're one of the teams that could get hot, and who knows, eventually they'll win the whole thing. And I think I like their odds at plus 2,000.
Yeah, I mean, for a team that is been one of the last 4 teams each of the last 2 years, making it to the conference finals twice, I think that this is this is an awesome pick just based off the fact that Julius Randle is playing up to his standard. He kind of like set the bar kind of low at the end of his New York stint, and then it kind of started upticking, right? It didn't work at first with the Timberwolves, but then it started looking better, and towards the end of the season, they really started clicking. So with Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, I think that they have a solid shot to at least compete in the NBA Cup. Any thoughts, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, they have a nice core of players. I really like the way they're playing right now, so I have no gripes with that.
Yeah. Well, we would like to welcome in the 4th member of today's segment, Sean Vaz. How are you doing today, and what is your pick for this year's NBA Cup?
Andrew Gregg, I'm doing very good. My pick, I'm going to back my Los Angeles Lakers at plus 1,200. And honestly, like mentioned before, the odds for everyone's chance in the tournament, it's kind of just all over the place. I'm going to spoil it right now, I'm glad no one picked OKC. I feel like that's just a basic and boring pick, but I'm going with my Los Angeles Lakers. We're sitting at 7-2 right now without LeBron. I would not have thought at the start of the season we'd be 7-2 without LeBron. Lots of people might say we don't need LeBron. Would I like LeBron back on the team? Absolutely. But this honestly just goes to the future. Do we even need LeBron? I honestly think we're going to be sitting fine without him. But looking at the West B group with the Lakers right now, we already beat the Grizzlies in Memphis. We have the Pelicans. Like that's an easy win. Let's be so for real. That's an easy win. Then we have the Clippers after, followed up by the Mavs. I think we can just go an easy 4-0. I think the Lakers just have a really great chance to win this group. Lots of players are stepping up in LeBron's absence. We have Luka Doncic averaging 40 points per game, early MVP contender. Also, Austin Reeves, I would say an all-star pick right now.
For sure.
I don't know about you guys. Amazing winner against the T-Wolves a couple weeks ago. And just a lot of the squad is just stepping up. Jake LaRavia, who a lot of people did not think he'd be good, he's doing pretty good right now. I'm going to be honest, I just picked him up in my fantasy.
Okay.
I think Jake LaRavia is a sleeper pick in fantasy. And also, DeAndre Ayton has been a great addition as a center. He's just doing amazing right now. 17.5 points per game, 8 rebounds. I think he's just doing good as well. I also would like to shout out Marcus Smart. Now, bearing in mind, he almost cost us the game against the Spurs last night. I almost threw my remote at the TV. But I think he's just been a great addition. But I do think that the Los Angeles Lakers will win the NBA Cup.
Yeah, so you mentioned it at some point in the Lakers pick. LeBron not been playing for the first couple weeks of the season. He was out. But do you think that this team could possibly be better in LeBron's absence, or do you think that he will be an improvement to this team moving forward?
That's a really good question. I think just even thinking about LeBron not being in the team is kind of insane. But I think just how things are right now, I think just in the long term, without LeBron, we'll be just fine. Would I like him back? Yes. He adds kind of just that clutch championship mentality as he has had over the years. But I think just sitting 7-2 right now, and even that win last night against the Spurs, it's just great to see what we can do without LeBron. And then when LeBron comes back, I think we'll do even greater things. But just to answer your question, I think we'll be fine without LeBron.
So, quick thoughts on the Lakers from my perspective. I think that it's awesome that Luka Doncic has fully embraced the role of just being everything for them. He's averaging 40 points per game, almost 40-point triple-double. He's averaging exactly 11 rebounds a game, over 9 assists. I think that everything that he's done for that team through 5 games, at least 5 games that he's played, has been awesome. Austin Reeves, like Sean mentioned, is possibly an all-star this year. So just everything is kind of on an up for them. And DeAndre Ayton, their massive get during the offseason, maybe isn't the greatest rebounder we've seen this season, but definitely can put the ball in the basket. He's averaging over 17 points a game. Any thoughts on the Lakers, guys? And then,
yeah. I mean, I think with the Lakers, like, I'm a little back and forth with the whole LeBron thing on whether if they need him or not. Because, yeah, sure, Luka is playing really well, but 40 points per game, is that sustainable? I'm not really sure. I think you would prefer to have a guy that can take the pressure off of Luka. But say the Lakers do keep playing well and LeBron comes back, like, maybe LeBron's a trade asset. Maybe they get another guy who can be a second option for the Lakers. As crazy as it sounds, with the way they're playing, that could be a real possibility. So we'll see.
Yeah, because what the Lakers might need is more depth rather than like another star player at this point. If Luka can do what he's doing, give us your thoughts on the Lakers, and then also move us into your pick.
Yeah, like I said, the Lakers and the Spurs played last night. The Lakers did pull out the win. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. I do love what the Lakers did in the offseason, picking up Ayton and LaRavia and Smart. Honestly, I think all those guys are really playing well right now. Especially Austin Reeves. He's had a crazy start to the season. Him and Luka are averaging over 70 points per game, which is insane as a duo. So my pick, though, is the Spurs at plus 2,500. They lost last night after a stinker game from Victor Wembanyama. I don't think he's going to have that very many times the rest of the season. He's producing MVP caliber numbers, 26 points, 13.7 rebounds, 4.7 blocks. They also didn't have their Rookie of the Year candidate, Dylan Harper, or De'Aaron Fox, who's been out to start this season. They just got Jeremy Sohan back. He's going to support the rest of this young roster also. I really like what they're building here in San Antonio. I think this team could get hot early on in the season. And if they can recover from these short-term injuries that they have right now, I think they can beat out some of these tough teams in their group. They have to go against the Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors, Blazers. But I do have faith in Wemby and the Spurs, so I think they can get it done, maybe make a deep run in this tournament.
Thoughts on Wemby and the Spurs, Diego?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of the same thing as what I was talking about with the Timberwolves. It's one of those teams that could get hot, and obviously, I think it's more likely with the Spurs, at times just because they have a guy like Wemby, where maybe the Spurs aren't as a whole better than the Timberwolves, but they have one guy that can really elevate them, whereas, obviously the Timberwolves do have Anthony Edwards, but I think, it's different, right? I think with the Spurs, like, if you have Wemby going, you get all your guys back, like, who knows what could happen, so I like this pick.
Yeah, well, sticking in that same group, I have the Houston Rockets sitting at plus 1,400 just for a variety of different reasons, right? They were the number 2 seed in the Western Conference last year. They're off to a 5-2 start this year. They're losing their first 2 games. They pick it up. They win 5 straight. Kevin Durant has had his off games. He's had his good games. He's Kevin Durant at this stage of his career. He's the leading scorer for the Houston Rockets at this point, averaging 24 points a game. And then Alperen Sengun is really the glue that holds this team together, right? He leads the team in rebounds, assists, and steals, and is only second to Kevin Durant in points. I just think that he's like probably their most pivotal player at this point. And I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Amin Thompson, who could be a most improved player of the year candidate because of the fact that he has gone from 14 points per game to 18 points per game this season. Really just a perennial starter in this offense at this point. is one of the best defenders from a guard that we've seen over the last couple of years in the NBA. Not only that, he can score the basketball now. His three-point percentage is in the teens, which obviously you'd like to see a little bit better from your guard. But yeah, no, everything but besides shooting the three ball, he's great at. He can steal, he can play really tight defense, and he can lay the ball up. He can get to the free throw line. So I really like those three players on the Rockets, and I think that they can maybe make a run in the NBA Cup. Any final thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, man, I like the pick too. Obviously, just injuries are really the one thing that can hold the Rockets back. We talked about that a couple episodes ago on bets. So I like the pick a lot. I think this team is one of those teams that could get high. I think Şengün's playing really well, and I think he could really carry this team.
Yeah, I love this pick also. I mean, it's a stacked group, but I think the Rockets do have the potential to make it out of this group and also win that cup. It is just a toss-up. I mean, you have a lot of good scorers on this team. Durant is still playing at a high level. Şengün is amazing. And the Amen Thompson Glaze, I love it. He's a scrappy player.
Well, like we mentioned in the open, all of these teams are sitting at least plus 1,200 odds. I think the favorite is the OKC Thunder, sitting at maybe plus 200, plus 300. I like all of our picks, and hopefully one of them wins. But don't go anywhere, because after this short commercial break, we'll be right back talking college football.
Sorry to interrupt your show, but I want to give you a little rundown of everything we do here at the Hitting the Field Network. My name's Nick Cohen, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field, our flagship show heading into season 21. Live streaming every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about anything and everything sports. Tuesdays, we have season 3 of Girls Got Game. Hosts Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores discuss all the biggest topics in women's sports. On Wednesdays, make sure to tune into season 7 of The Combine, hosted once again by Ty Patton. This podcast dives deep into every detail about the NFL season. Next on Thursdays, we live stream season 11 of HTF Bets, brought to you by Andrew Gregg, Diego Ortiz, and Ben Huber. Any sports betting questions? I'll let the pros answer those on Thursday. Then TGIF, because we have new episodes of season 9 of Nighttime, hosted again by Matthew Bracker and Kathleen Moore. Nighttime keeps you up to date on all UCF and collegiate sports. And ultimately, Edgar Rodriguez and Patrick De Leon are back for season 2 of HTFC. Soccer is a year-round sport, so make sure not to miss HTFC. Lastly, end your week on Sundays with our vlog squad, asking the hard-hitting questions and letting you behind the scenes of our studio days. Make sure to follow us on our social medias like Instagram and TikTok to stay updated on all HTFN news. Remember to subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube, leave a like and comment, and with that, I think we're ready for your next segment. I've been Nick Cohen, and enjoy the rest of your show.
And we are back talking Ben Huber's favorite sport, college football.
Oh, yeah.
Before the season started, we went on main show, me and Ben Huber did.
Do this again?
Yeah. I feel like the explanation is needed every single time we do this segment. And we went on, we did our individual picks. Nick Cohen, shout out, LSU pick. Obviously, that's going very well. And then we also, sorry, that was not what I meant it to be, but also, but then we also have Ben Huber with Florida. So I think this might be a little bit of redemption. How are you feeling about this pick?
Yeah, I hope to get a little bit of redemption here. I have Alabama at plus 700. I think Bama is so back. I think they're the best team in the SEC at this point. They have one of the best quarterbacks in college football in Ty Simpson. He's putting up some crazy numbers, 2,100 yards, 22 touchdowns, only 1 INT. And apart from this fluke loss they had week 1 against FSU, who's not even good, it kind of pisses me off that they did lose to FSU, and I have them as my pick. But they've beaten some of the best teams in the country, 4 teams currently in the top 16. And the next 2 weeks are going to be very telling, though, for this Crimson Tide team. They face LSU and Oklahoma. If they can get it done against those 2 teams, I think it's smooth sailing. They play Auburn and then I think an FCS school. They roll into the playoffs as the top team in the SEC. Texas A&M currently has that spot. But I think they're inevitably going to lose. They play Texas later on in the season, and I think that might be the game that they lose. Texas A&M just not as battle-tested. They haven't had as tough of a schedule so far as Bama. So I like this pick at plus 700. I think it's some pretty good odds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this pick is definitely one of those picks where you look at one of the best teams in the SEC, you look at the fact that it's Bama, what they've built over just a lifetime of accomplishments there at Alabama, and you can't really say that it's a bad pick in any way. I think that this team is probably the number 1 team in the nation, or if not very close to it, maybe 2, 3 behind Indiana and Ohio State. They don't lose that FSU game. I think they're definitely at somewhere in the top 3 at that point, and they're definitely playing like one of the best teams in college football. If they don't have that FSU loss, they're probably right there.
Yeah.
Any thoughts to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Alabama's definitely improved from the start of the season. I think Ty Simpson's gotten into a groove. Their running game is playing great. Their defense is elite. And I also agree that I think they're the best team in the SEC. So, I'm excited for the playoff just to see them, really go in, play some high-level competition. They're not my pick, but I like the idea of you picking them.
Like everyone can kind of like envision what
exactly.
an Alabama
When
national
Alabama
champion.
has a stud quarterback, it's so hard to bet against him. It's
No,
like
for
it
sure.
rarely happens.
Bryce
now they
Young,
actually
Mac
have it.
Jones, Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, we all know how those experiments have gone. But we
In
would
the NFL, at least.
Yeah, right. Well, we'd also like to welcome in our fourth analyst for this segment, Austin Lamanna. How are you doing today, and what is your pick for the College Football National Championship?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me, guys. And then one quick thing. Diego, I heard you say you like Ben's pick. Ben, I love your pick with Alabama. I'm not going to lie. I just want to tell you that real quick. But my pick is Ohio State. And they are a powerhouse in college football right now. I mean, they are number one in the College Football Playoff Committee rankings, which is just impressive. That is not an easy feat to have. And not to mention, I just want to quickly mention, 8-0. I mean, that is wonderful right there. I'm not going to lie. 8-0 is so impressive. I mean, against Wisconsin, Wisconsin's not a great team. They beat them 34-0. I mean, I feel bad for Wisconsin. That was a bad day for them for sure. But no, they are just clearly just an impressive team. Something else I want to mention is just the rest of their schedule. They've obviously 8-0 right now. They're going against Purdue, I believe, this weekend. And they're going to beat Purdue without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. And I see them beating every single team they're going up against. The only team I see them having some trouble with is Michigan. That's at the end. I believe that's at the end of November, maybe early December. That one I could see a little trouble with, but I still see them winning. It might just be a closer neck-and-neck match. But honestly, I have a lot of faith in them, especially with Jeremiah Smith, as you guys know. He's a wide receiver for them right now, and he's in his second year, and he's already scored 24 touchdowns in 2 years. I mean, that's impressive, and he's only a sophomore. I mean, let's see how many is he going to have by the end of next year? 48, 50? I mean, I think Ohio State's really got it. Not to mention their coach, Ryan Day. He's been coaching them since 2019. He's committed to this team. And I believe with him coaching, they've won 60-plus games. I mean, that is extremely impressive and something to be proud of right there.
I mean, 100%. Ohio State is the reigning national champion, right. So this is a pick that kind of is a 2-year project here where they're trying to go back-to-back at this point. Jeremiah Smith, like you mentioned, and Carnell Tate, for that matter, are two of the best wide receivers in all of college football. We saw the clip at the very end of that highlight where the ball got deflected at the line. He made a one-handed catch and scored a touchdown on it. That's something that really only Jeremiah Smith or like some NFL players are doing at that point. Any thoughts on the Ohio State pick?
Yeah, I mean, I do like Ohio State a lot. They're back. They could go back-to-back this year, but they don't have as hard of a schedule this year as some of these other teams that we're talking about, like Alabama, like even Oregon and Indiana maybe. But, they could lose that game at the end of the season against Michigan. It's always a toss-up. But I do like this Ohio State team. They're always really good. Julian Sain had a legacy game last week against Penn State. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously like the pick from the fact that they could be going back-to-back. But then also, just fun stat for you guys. The running back's name is Bo Jackson, so that's also a really cool thing. Their RB1 is Bo Jackson. Any thoughts on Ohio State?
Yeah, I think Ohio State's obviously a great team. Nobody's going to deny that. We talk about Sayin and Tate and Smith, and then on defense you got Caleb Downs. It's like they have guys everywhere. There's really no excuse for them not to win the national championship. I'm pretty sure they're number 1 ranked team right now. But, there's something is off about Ohio State. I just don't know. I think it's their lack of competition, their lack of strength in their schedule that I'm not convinced yet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the last hurdle that needs to be toppled is that Michigan game, right? They've lost in each of the last 4 years, and Michigan's just been a spine in their thorn, or however the saying goes. I don't know that was
thorn in their side.
Thorn in their side. Here we go. Spine in their thorn. One of the two. But yeah, no. If they can win that Michigan game, I definitely think they're well on their way to at least getting to the semifinal, and if not the national championship game. So they're sitting at plus 220. Definitely the favorites to win at this point from everything, the experience, the players that we just mentioned. So Ohio State, great pick. Moving on to another Big Ten team, my pick, Oregon at plus 1,000. I just think from everything that I've done throughout maybe the last couple months, this needs to be a pick that I make. I've said Oregon multiple times throughout a couple different shows. I really like everything that Oregon's about. Dan Lanning is a great recruiter, but we're not talking about recruiting. We're talking about coaching. He's one of the best coaches as well. They had one of the longest streak snaps this season against Indiana. Like they had a home winning streak of like 15 plus or something like that. It was awesome to watch, but unfortunately they had it snapped. But I think that's actually a good thing. I don't want them to make the Big Ten championship just so that they can have one less really tough game on their schedule. They're probably not going to make it. Indiana and Ohio State are both two teams that are ahead of them in the Big Ten race. I just think that this team is really good. Dante Moore has been one of those quarterbacks you look at and could maybe be in that New York kind of Heisman hopefuls race, and then also that defense is been stout all season long. Hasn't allowed over 30 points, which maybe isn't like the greatest marker of a great defense, but has been really solid the whole season long. They've blown out the teams that they needed to blow out. I think that Oregon is a pick where it's a little bit of a flyer, but at plus 1,000, I really like the odds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good pick too. I mean, Dante Moore's obviously playing really well this year. I think the loss to Indiana obviously hurt them a little bit, so that's another thing where I'm not really convinced yet. But time will tell. We'll see. I mean, we've seen teams, like Ohio State last year where they lost to Michigan, but then they turned it up in the playoff and nobody was going to be able to stop them. So I like the pick.
Yeah, I mean, Oregon's obviously a really great team. They had that loss against Indiana. But Dante Moore just had a bad game. I think Indiana just game planned a little bit better than they did, and they came out with the win. I think if they play again, it's still 50-50. I think Oregon might be able to come out with the win there. They definitely make the playoffs. I could see them going on a run. They're a well-coached team.
Yeah, well, we've been doing a lot of talk about Indiana. Diego, give us your pick.
Yeah, so my pick to win the national championship is going to be the Hoosiers. Give me Indiana plus 500. They're ready to go. Fernando Mendoza, he's got 25 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Kurt Signetti has these guys playing at another level. Listen, last year they had their run, right? They lost, their only game was to, who did they lose to? I think Ohio State.
Notre Dame.
Or Notre Dame, whoever it was, in the playoff, right? That was Signetti's first year. He's coming off a great season, in James Madison. But this year, they look completely different. They got more talent. This team is ready to go. They got an elite QB. They got an elite running game, elite defense, too. I think this team is ready to go. I think this is the year after that win against Oregon on the road in prime time against Dante Moore. I think that told me everything I needed to know. They blow all the teams out that they're supposed to. Their only big test is going to be Ohio State, who probably that's going to be the Big Ten championship if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I think this team is ready to go. I think they're going to win it all.
So we've done a lot of segments together, right? That is the most energy I've ever seen from a pick from you. So I will say my Oregon pick, I liked it. I enjoyed it, right? But you've got me scared about.
I love this pick.
You've got me scared about Indiana here. Yeah, that was scary, no?
I got a little scared. I'm not gonna lie.
So Austin, we've run through all of our picks, right? I want to hear your thoughts. Anything you like out of Indiana, Oregon, Alabama that you're seeing what would be your second favorite? Because Ohio State is just the favorite in general to win the national championship at this point. Who do you like second?
Honestly, Alabama is that's my big one right there. I know Ben's loving me in that corner right there. Honestly, I love Alabama. I think they're doing great, and I just can't wait to see what they keep doing,
Ben, final thoughts on any of these picks?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you having my back. I mean, all these picks are great. We'll have to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, well, right after this, we'll be back with Augie's Bizarre Bets, the final one of this season.
And I'm Scott Harris.
And welcome to the 7th inning stretch, your weekly recap of everything that happened in the baseball world. Right now, we're going to take you to the NLCS between the Dodgers and the Brewers. As we jump into Game 2, the Dodgers have a 1-0 series lead, but Jackson Chourio has something to say about that as he takes Yamamoto's first pitch deep to right center, giving the Brewers a 1-0 lead. But Teoscar Hernandez would take this pitch from Freddie Peralta over the left field wall to tie the game up, and later on in the second, a single from Kike Hernandez, followed by a double down the right field line from Andy Paz, scores Hernandez all the way from first, as that would be all the run support Yamamoto would need after Chourio's home run as he locked in, not allowing another run, going all 9 innings, and the Dodgers win 5-1.
We're going to take it to Game 3 now as the Dodgers start off strong in the first inning. Shohei Ohtani takes Ashby's pitch down the right field line for a leadoff triple. Mookie Betts will then follow that up with a double. Here in the 6th inning now, Dodgers got men at first and second. Tommy Edman singles up the middle. Will Smith will score. Roki Sasaki comes in and closes Game 3. They're fired up. They'll make the series 3-0 with a 3-1 win.
As we jump into Game 4 here, the Dodgers look to go for the sweep, and what will go down in history is a Shohei Ohtani game, as Ohtani takes Jose Quintana deep to give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. In the 4th inning, Ohtani sets up again and takes the pitch from Chad Patrick and hits it out of the ballpark this time for his second solo homer of the game. And in the 7th, Ohtani's up again, and Yahtzee as he hits his 3rd solo homer of the night to center field. And not only did he have it going on at the dish, he also had it going on the mound as he tossed 6 scoreless innings and struck out 10. And in the 9th, Roki Sasaki comes out to close the game. The Dodgers win Game 4. complete the sweep, and advance to their second straight World Series.
This has been the 7th inning stretch. Thank you for tuning in. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
I know you guys just saw me in the commercial. Shout out Scotty Harris, the 7th inning stretch crew. But I'm back here, last episode of Bizarre Bets, unfortunately, guys, for the season. But hey, look, we got some more bangers for you guys. What would I do without giving you guys some bangers? Locks. Hey, they call me the locksmith. But look, our first one, we got Georgia Southern to beat App State. Look, this one is a homer pick, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. My dad is a Georgia Southern alumni. I have been to some Georgia Southern football games. I figured, hey, why not? They're playing on Thursday. Yeah, I'm going to throw some money on it. Let's go. But they're playing at App State. App State is the favorite. Georgia Southern is sitting at plus 195. You see, they took this kickoff return back from for a touchdown here against Jack State. We're a little familiar with Jack State here at UCF. Jack State's not an easy opponent. They're a good team. So App State's a good team too. Now, this Georgia Southern defense does scare me. They do scare me. But this isn't your father's or your grandfather's Georgia Southern team. This isn't the triple option Georgia Southern team. Clay Helton has his team throwing the ball. J.C. French has been electric in the passing game. They have an electric offense. He's averaging over 2 touchdown passes a game. And App State's passing defense is terrible. Another thing I like for this game is the over. Now, it's sitting at 62.5, so that's a pretty high over. But both teams' defenses absolutely suck. So give me the over. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, so the Georgia Southern App State game is definitely one that I maybe could say that I haven't really been tuning into either of these teams very much this season. But I like Augie said, neither of these defenses are very stout. I think the over is definitely a good bet. At the very least, you get entertaining football on a Thursday night, which is fun, especially given the fact that the NFL game includes the Raiders this week. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Georgia Southern because my roommate's brother went to Georgia Southern, and we randomly watch Georgia Southern every Saturday. So yeah, give me Georgia Southern.
Big Georgia Southern guy then.
Yeah. Sort of.
All right.
I like the homer pick here for Augie with Georgia Southern. We'll ride with it.
There you go.
Here we go.
Gata, baby. Gata. Gata. I'm not going to spell it out because that's not approved. I can't say one of those words on air. But yeah, if you know what it means, you know what it means. Going into my second pick, though, a little bit of a curveball here. We got chess. Okay. I myself, as a kid, played in a couple chess tournaments. Didn't do too bad. Made it past the first round of pool play. Not exactly a grandmaster like Magnus Carlsen, who is playing this week in a head-to-head matchup. Sitting at minus 110, I think. Look, he's been in a lot of stuff about cheating. There was somebody that might have been using some equipment and vibrating to get moves. I'm not going to say who. The equipment might smell a little bit.
Freaky chess.
Yeah. I guess these chess players are a little freaky. But Magnus Carlsen is the #1 player in the world. He's won the World Championship 5 times. He's won the Blitz World Championship 8 times, which means you only get a couple seconds to make the move. This guy is the best chess player in the world. There's no doubt about it. So give me Magnus Carlsen to win. And, okay, what do you guys think? I know we were big chess players here at HTF.
Oh, yeah, we're huge into chess.
Yeah, for sure, totally. Yeah, give me
Give me the Grandmaster.
There you go.
Wait a second. You guys are joking, but I actually love chess. My dad coaches chess, and he's made it to his team full of kindergartners and first graders have made it to the national championship a couple of times. They haven't won it, but I actually do enjoy chess. I like Magnus Carlsen. He's been a world champion since the age of a teenager. Big chess guy here. Give us Magnus Carlsen at the desk.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I do like the pick. Like I said, since I also picked it myself, then I love it. But moving into our third thing, a little bit more mainstream. We got a little futures bet here. The World Baseball Classic is next summer in Miami and all over the place. Look, Trey Turner, he's a dog. Aaron Judge is your captain. This ball from Trey Turner is gone. This is a championship game from last year against Japan. Now, Japan did win this one. They're plus 260. USA is plus 250 to win. Puerto Rico and Dominican are the other teams in the top 4. Kyle Schwarber hits an absolute nuke off Yu Darvish here. This Team USA team is stacked. We got Judge as a captain, Paul Skeens as our ace. Probably going to have Scooble. All these guys are coming back. Mark DeRosa is the manager again as the same team in 2023. He did a great job last time, and I expect him to do just as good of a job this time. I really like Team USA at plus 260 to win the whole entire thing. What do you guys think?
Nah.
No.
Puerto Rico's going to win it.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I like baseball, I like hot dogs, I like hamburgers, I like USA baseball. Put all those things together. What do you get? The World Baseball Classic. Give us the USA.
USA.
Okay, next pick.
Okay, Paul Skeens on the mound. Can't really go wrong with Paul Skeens or Tariq Scooble on the mound. But look, I know we talked about FBS champions predictions. I got the real dogs. The FCS championship. Now look, North Dakota State, the Bison. They are probably the best team. And by the way, guys, that is Bryce Lance, the younger brother of former 49ers QB and third overall draft pick, Trey Lance. This guy is insane, and that's Cole Payton on the scramble. These guys won the national championship last year against Montana State. They're currently 8-0. They've only allowed more than double digits like 4 times this season. They had the best defense in the entire FCS. And Bryce Lance, he had 17 receiving touchdowns last year. They're insane, but their defense is where they're going to win all these games from. They're sitting at minus 250. They've won it 10 times in like 15 years, so they're pretty much the team. So I like North Dakota State to win the FCS football championship. Sitting at minus 250.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're minus 250, I like this pick a lot. North Dakota State is a perennial title winner in the FCS. Yeah. They are always amazing. They actually have a good quarterback this year, good running back, all that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're not an FBS school. I mean, Carson Wentz, Trey Lance. I mean, now they're going to win it again this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's sitting at minus 250 against a bunch of other schools. I think that the obvious pick here is North Dakota State. Yeah. You have to go with Trey Lance's brother. Yeah,
I mean, they played the number 2 team in the FCS, and they blew them out. They beat them by 30. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that about does it. Thank you so much, Augie, for giving us your bizarre bets for another week. And stay tuned for next week's grand finale of HTF Bets.